Hello, Messy Queens, and welcome to my brand new channel, the Messy Girls Club. This is one of my introductory videos, so just to give you an idea of what we'll be doing here, it's going to be a little bit of everything to help you design the blueprint of your life. So, this will include financial planning, routine creation, workbook exercises, budget videos, strategies for getting out of a rut, and new moon tarot readings and intention setting videos like this one. So, if that sounds interesting, please subscribe and stick with me, and let's start embodying that divine feminine energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this reading. I'm going to draw some cards to see which energies this new moon in Virgo is bringing in. I feel like this is a beautiful time to A, start my channel, and B, start your journey, like healing and embodying that divine feminine energy. Because it's like September vibes. The new moon is on a Monday vibes, like a new school year vibes. Even if you're not in school, like that energy, like you know what I'm talking about. Like we're buying number two pencils and we're getting ready for the new year. So let's go ahead and see which area, what is this new moon going to be focusing on for you guys? This new moon in Virgo on September 2nd. Okay, what is the vibe of this new moon in Virgo? Oh, we have letting go. Number 6. Allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. And we also have this harmony energy on the bottom. As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. That harmony energy is reminding me of like a self-care, self-love kind of a vibe. And with the letting go here, it's also a number 6, which is the sixth house, which is the energy of Virgo. So I find that very interesting as well. I feel like this is basically saying that, like, let's like allow ourselves to have a fresh start. Like, let's let go of the past versions of ourselves, the past things that we're doing, the way we're feeling about ourselves, the way we're living our lives, and let's try to like embody a new energy. Let's look at this as a fresh start. It's a new year, it's a new me. Like, it's not like a new year like the new year, but it's like a new school year. Just like get in that vibe of like that student energy, have that mentality of like the Page of Pentacles beginner's mind. Like, I am allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. I feel like a lot of times when we're messy queens, we're messy girls, there is that stigma attached, that shame energy, that feeling, just the way that she looks on this card, kind of like downtrodden. Is that the word? I don't know, it just popped in my head. But sort of down and out, maybe feeling like there's no hope or there's no escaping our past or like the even present version of ourselves. So it's just an identity that we've really been associating with, or maybe other people have told us like this is who we are. But Virgo energy is all about the foundation of your own well-being. So that deals with your self concept. Like what try to figure that out. Like sit down and think about that. Like, how do I see myself? Like, what is my self concept? Like, what do I believe that I can achieve? What do I believe that I am capable of? And if it's not much, just realize that that could in and of itself be hindering you, not because you don't actually have the capacity. So it's very important to make that distinction. And I feel like there is a cause for a little bit of self reflection with this wisdom energy here on this card, because the Virgo energy, like the major arcana that is represented by Virgo, is the Hermit. Again, it's about the self, it's about reflection and self reflection. So take a little bit of time to really think about, like, what is like my vibe? What is my energy? How do I see myself? All right, so let's get some more. We have the spider energy. This spider reminds me a lot of like the Eight of Pentacles. So I love that this energy is coming out because, again, it's like, what are we weaving? What are we wanting to create here? What is our environment? We see the spider, we see the web. Also, like the spider is an animal, like it has its body here, but also like with the legs coming out, obviously eight. That's just like reminding me of like 8 different areas of your life that you could perhaps try to change, perhaps try to come up with a new routine for. Um, And that's actually one of the videos I'm going to do in the future. So again, subscribe and look out for that one. It's going to be like your best day routine versus your worst day routine. Actually, I have a copy of mine right here, so I'll like let you look at it quick just to give you an idea. But this is something we'll be doing on the channel just as an example. But like, do you see here? So like different routines you could have: teeth, skin, hair, body, soul, your room, your car, your environment, any new hobbies or skills that you want to pick up. And you see how it's like your worst day routine. You could just brush. On your best day, you would floss. I feel like it's good to kind of create a routine like that where on your worst day, when you're making the transition into a more responsible and the best version of yourself, it might not, it might be a little bit too much to just do everything at once, but just doing one little thing for your routine for each area of life could really help you to get started on that, and to allow yourself, like, okay, like on my worst day, like I'm not washing my hair, but I can put a little dry shampoo and like brush it out, kind of like that mentality of like, let me just do something, let me just start something. But we do have this energy of, let me just degross my apartment. I'm looking at the web and thinking about the environment of your house. Can you just like throw away old food and take the garbage out? Can you scoop the litter box? Like, if anything is like, and I'm not trying to, make anybody feel shame, but if anything smells or if anything is like kind of a little raunchy or stale or gross, can we like change those sheets? I mean, it could be as simple as just like ordering a new set of sheets so you have two. So like that way, like you don't necessarily have to wash and put back on right away. You can just change it out and then wash. So what else for this? Oh, we have the water energy: spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. So I feel like a lot of your hindrances and barriers that you have on yourself, again, this whole self-concept thing that we were talking about, I feel like your self-worth is hindered by like some buried emotions that you have here with the water energy. It's really bringing that to the forefront here for you to like take a look at. It's anything that you feel, like any shame that you feel, any guilt, or mostly shame, I feel like is associated with this kind of energy that we have on the channel here of like messy, dirty, like, but you're just a divine dirty girl. Like, you have to remember, like, maybe you, like, routine and responsibilities don't come as naturally to you, and that's okay. But like, what we're going to do here is come up with a strategy. We're going to let go of the shame. That's what needs to be let go of here. That's what spirit wants us to tackle first. And then we're going to come up with a strategy of like how to slowly, like, starting with ourselves, like expand like these little habits and these little routines outward so we feel a little better. Like we were talking about, scoop that litter box, like spray some Febreze in the air, like make the bed. Like, there's like a lot of little things that you could do to like immediately start feeling a little bit better. And just remember that if you had a parent or somebody maybe telling you um like who you are, basically, that's not necessarily the case. You don't have to take on that story. You don't have to feel the way that they have maybe wanted you to feel. And maybe you had a very strict parent, or maybe you had a parent that wasn't really present, and you kind of just grew up in an environment where there wasn't any order. So again, let go of all this backstory and decide the person that you want to become, and think about little things that you could do to really become this person. That's the key. What else? Get grounded in reverse. I feel like, look at this: empaths, highly sensitives, and connect with nature. I feel like you could be, I'm going to leave it in reverse. I feel like you could be somebody that does feel things very emotionally. That's talking about empaths. And look, the breathing, rose, heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases. So recognize that this is going to take time. I feel like there is a lot of chakra work that could be done here. She's holding her solar plexus chakra, which is your third chakra, the yellow chakra. It deals with shame and things that we've been talking about, also confidence. So like the shadow side is the shame energy, and the light side of that chakra is the confidence and the feeling, the self-esteem that would be cultivated by um again, doing, because it's like a fire chakra. So it's all about like your energy and doing things. And maybe you're lacking energy because there's a lot of like stuck energy in your sacral. I'm sorry, not your sacral, your solar plexus, but maybe your sacral chakra as well. She's like touching her sacral chakra here. So I feel like you could have like an open heart. Your emotions, your heart chakra could be very open and flowing, but that fiery chakra, the solar plexus chakra, could be blocked, and your energy levels could be very low. And a way to start Moving things along could be just to first focus on this healing of the chakras. And meditation is a good way to get grounded. I feel like you're very ungrounded. You could be sort of like sitting in the middle of a very messy life and situation and just feeling a little bit like lost and hopeless. But the fact that this is drawing our attention to like empaths, highly sensitives, you feel things very deeply, so the emotions weigh more heavy on you, and that's why maybe there isn't as much of like a tendency towards being responsible and getting things done and having high energy levels. But I feel like releasing a lot of this stuck energy and stuck emotional energy will really free up your energy and it'll start flowing. Look into like energy meridians. Because I feel like there could be a blockage and that's what's like causing your energy to stagnate. What else for this new moon in Virgo? We have the crumbling. What are you clinging onto? Again, this letting go energy coming through. And I feel like this a lot has to do with your own version, the way you see yourself. Also, there's another shadow side of Virgo energy is self criticism, judgments, and things like that. So I feel like that's like very high on this list here. That is a big reason why things are stagnating and things are piling up and things feel messy and out of control. Look into grounding, look into like the first three chakras, because remember how I accidentally mentioned the sacral chakra? And now we have this get grounded energy, which deals with the root chakra. So the first three chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra. Um, Also, I'm noticing here like this spider, I'm noticing like the red, orange, and yellows like most prominently on the card. So, and I'm a lot of yellow here, like for like front and center. Definitely solar plexus chakra. What else for this new moon? We have no. We have Venus in Aries in the fourth house. So again, fourth house is the house of foundations. It's the house of security, and I feel like that's an area of life that you really need to focus on, like your environment with the fourth house. That's your home, that's your shell, that's your nest. We have the web here, so I was already kind of getting that. But also Aries energy. Aries is all about the self, your self perceptions and things like that. Venus deals with self worth. So again, self love, self worth, the foundation of your well being. That would be like the theme of this reading for me. The foundation of your well-being, and what is the foundation of you, what are your beliefs, what are your feelings about yourself. Like we already kind of went over this, but also looking into the solar plexus chakra and the things that that's associated with. Try to think about, when you think about your life and the way you're living it, where are the little pangs of shame like radiating in your body, and what are they trying to tell you? Why do you feel like that? Are you like, oh, I really just have like kind of been living like in a very messy environment. It's like messy bed, messy head. It is affecting other areas of my life. Whatever energy you're in, it's expanding out. So if you're in a very messy, ungrounded energy, a very emotionally stagnant, heavy energy, like that's going to be affecting all areas of your life, affecting the way you see yourself, affecting the actions that you take, and everything like that. So it's very important to get in tune with that. Let's grab some of these. What is an energy that needs to be released, since letting go is such a big theme of this reading? We have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. What is an energy that is needs to be seen right now? South node, don't let your past hold you back. Yes, it's a big theme of this reading. What do you need to release? Look at that. What are you clinging on to? These are questions that we need to ask ourselves. What am I clinging on to? Like in regard to like my self-image and my self-worth. What do I need to release here? And what is an energy that is getting ready to emerge? Nothing will come of this situation. Okay. With the answers you need are coming. All right. I feel like let's talk about like what's getting ready to emerge first with this void of course moon, because that in contrast with this full moon and Gemini energy makes me think that you're going to go through a period of, it's going to be like a wave. It's going to be like you feeling like everything's going to be okay, and the answers I need are coming. I'm going to figure this out. The knowledge I need is going to come to me. Allow the wisdom to remain the wisdom, the knowledge, a plan, a strategy, an answer, a solution is going to come to me. And then going back and forth between that and feeling like hopeless, nothing will come of this situation. My life is void, of course. Like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know who I am. I don't think that I really have the potential to be successful and be a confident person. And then we have this energy, like almost like that needs to be seen now, is that something about your past is holding you back with the south node here. You're clinging on to like a comfort zone, because it sounds weird to say a comfort zone when it is like a darker energy. But I feel like a lot of times, like, we can get comfortable in our darkest, most rock bottomy place. Like, we reach rock bottom, even the crumbling, I'm getting like rock bottom with that as well. We reach rock bottom, we're stuck down there, and we start building a little nest, a little web. We start, like, getting a little piece of this and a little piece of that. We build a little nest, and we get comfortable there. And we're like, okay, like, at least I don't have to, I'm comfortable here. Everybody already thinks I'm a loser. Everybody already thinks I'm a failure. I think that about myself as well. So now I don't have to risk anything. I could just kind of stay here, let my life like aimlessly go on, and just accept that like my life isn't going to really be anything, and I'm just going to be a loser. Like, I'm content to be a loser. I'm content to be in this energy. Not content as in like, yeah, I like it, but as in like, okay, well, at least I'm here and I'm safe and I don't have to really expect anything of myself. I don't have to push myself. I can just kind of accept like where I'm at, even if it is painful and even if it is not what, it's kind of sad. It is what it is. Like, I can't control it. It's almost like feeling like, okay, I accepted this, like I'm doing the healthy thing, but no, we need to like let go of that notion that we're not meant to do much in this lifetime, or that we can't be, the limitations is what we have to let go of. The limitations of like, well, this is just me, like, and I really can't achieve anything. I feel like spirit really wants you to let go of any and all preconceived notions you have of your life. Let them go and like allow a blank slate to form that you can, even this, like, nothing will come of this situation, like, allow your life to almost like become nothing. Like, have no expectations. Like, give yourself a pardon for all your past mistakes and your perceived shortcomings, and just like allow them to be accepted by you. Like, this is who I am and it's okay. And allow the everything to settle down, and then like on this dark void, like allow like the void, like something will come out of the void, if that makes sense. So let's see, what is going to be the most harmonious part of this moon for you guys? We have the Hermit energy, again, Virgo energy. I love it. With the Three of Swords in reverse. There's definitely, oh my God, look at this. Another spider with another web. I love this. Um, I'm getting an energy again of like the spider, like just being stuck, of there being a way to like achieve and have hard work and confidence, but like, oh, sorry, Kiki. My cat is here. I'm so sorry. But with the Hermit energy, with the Three of Swords in reverse, the Three of Swords to me is like agony and pain and things like that. But the fact that it's in reverse is making me, and the way that it's tied up tight with these strings is making me think that there is a lot of unresolved emotion inside of you, a lot of trauma and pain and heartbreak, and maybe things from childhood, whatever it is. Maybe just relationships, like romantic relationships. Sometimes I get that from the Three of Swords. I don't know why. Or even friendships that have just proven to you that, or maybe lack of friendships that have proven to you, to yourself, that like you're not worthy. And again, this Hermit energy, I think spirit is really wanting you to go within, but the way that this hermit is like tucked inside its shell is reminding me of that, making a little nest in rock bottom. So I feel like spirit saying like, don't do anything too crazy. You're pretty comfortable in this energy of like thinking about yourself, but just change the way you're thinking about yourself. Try for a more neutral approach. Try to listen and just observe what you're saying to yourself instead of judging it. Don't be like, no, I shouldn't be thinking that. I have to think positive. Just like allow just like allow the thoughts to swirl around with this new moon in Pisces and see what they are, because what needs to be let go of, like whatever thoughts are swirling around here and the emotions that it's bringing up in you, the feelings about yourself. And I feel like this is going to be the easiest, most harmonious part of this moon, because you're already in this energy. So it's not really a stretch for you to just sit and think mean thoughts about yourself. Maybe write them down. That's something I would recommend. So you can really like look at them in a list form and be like, what is like the common ground in here? What is this? What are these thoughts? Like, is it something that I was told growing up and now it's become like my inner monologue? Like really try to like decide that and like see if that's what it is, or try to like, get to the source of where these thoughts and opinions and judgments of yourself may be coming from. What is the most challenging aspect? We have this Two of Wands. I try to keep these like, okay. It's like, okay. Mm, I feel like this has to be out more. Okay. And this is also down more. Okay, sorry. Also, what is the most challenging aspect of this moon for the viewer? The Ace of Swords. I feel like the most challenging aspect of this new moon is going to be even trying to believe that you could be capable of more. I feel like having a breakthrough is what the Ace of Swords symbolizes. And I feel like again, how I said, you're going to be going back and forth between like feeling like, yes, I could, almost like allowing this door to open. And then I see the lightning here on this card as well. So I feel like it's associated with this. It's like allowing this door to open, and then you're going to be like, oh no, 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 I can't get out, I can't leave. Like, or if you are at rock bottom, like starting to ascend the ladder back up, step by step, brick by brick, and then feeling like this is hopeless, I can't do this. Believing in yourself is going to be a very challenging aspect, like having a new thought pattern. And I feel like what you need to realize is this is going to take practice. This is not going to be, oh, I'm going to do this meditation, or I'm going to sit with myself for a few minutes during the course of this new moon in Virgo, and all of a sudden I'm going to be a new person. This is something that's going to take practice. This is a practice of grounding yourself daily, either by exercise or by doing like a 10-minute declutter of your room or your apartment or what have you. Doing little daily habits and routines that are going to start making you feel better about yourself, making your environment look a little bit more streamlined and organized, like making the chaotic swirling in your head sort of settle down. Um, that's all going to take time, and it is going to be challenging for you. So please recognize that. And when it comes up again, like those mean thoughts about yourself, just be like, oh, oh, I know what this is, and you're not going to get me down. So let's go ahead and look at some intentions with this deck that I have here. Obviously, you're free to make your own intentions, whatever they might be for yourself here. So, like, you don't have to go by these, but this is just a starting point if you just want, a start, somewhere to start. Okay. So let's see. What are some intentions that we could set for this new moon in Virgo for the viewer? We can write them down. You could take a screenshot. I'll hold them all up so you could take a screenshot. Let's just take one at a time. I feel like this deck sticks, so it's a little difficult. What is the intentions for the viewer that they most need to hear? Okay, so let's get ready to take a screenshot if we would like to. I'm going to hold this up. And it says, I will measure today by how fully present I am. I like that because that's like a way to sort of neutralize these energies. We're not going to measure it by how much I got done. We're not going to measure it by how productive I was or how I feel about myself. We're going to measure it by how present I am, because a lot of times when we're not grounded, we're living in the future or we're living in the past or both. Oh, what am I going to do? And we're not being present in the energy that we're in now. But that really aligns with this meditate new moon in Pisces energy that I was feeling, where we're just going to be aware. Okay, we're going to be noticing what we're thinking, maybe taking notes on it. And just being like, oh, okay, like I noticed that like I wanted to clean, but then I just looked around and it seems like an overwhelming like mountain to climb and I'm never going to be able to like clean up this room, like kind of a thing. But like so like okay, I realized that like the overwhelming mess really like hinders my desire to clean because I feel like it's just going to take too long or it's going to be too much. So when you have that like written down or like noticed by you, you're like, okay, so maybe I just have to stop feeling like I have to clean the whole room at once and I only have to set a timer for 10 minutes and like degross. I have this like 4 tier cleaning like module that I use, and degross is like the first one that needs to be done. Like we already talked about taking the garbage out, getting old plates and glasses into the sink with soap in them so they're soaking and the gunk is like softening, and when we go to clean them it's a little bit easier. We're getting all the dishes in the sink, maybe throw some dirty clothes in the hamper. Oh, but maybe your clean clothes are already in there. So that's something you could do is just like put your clothes away, put the clothes in the hamper, like easy things that are not that bad. Where like maybe cleaning the toilet, a lot of times like stains can build up, even if it's just like water stains. It just like looks gross. It makes us feel gross every time we like use it. Okay, just clean the inside of the toilet. Just doing a couple little self-care, like taking a shower, maybe washing our hair, changing our sheets, like whatever you could do to make that you feel like will make yourself feel better. Just be present and do the little as you can. Set a timer for 5 minutes and just clean up a little bit. If you do that every day, it's gonna like add up and it's gonna get cleaner a little bit every day. I am not afraid to step into the edges of my comfort zone. Okay, let's take a screenshot. Okay, I am not afraid to step into the edges of my comfort zone. So we're not like fully, and look, don't let your past hold you back. The South Node is all about your comfort zone. I love this. So we're not like leaving our comfort zone. Remember, like this little shell, maybe this little hermit figure is this little turtle is sticking its head back out. I feel like with Virgo energy, it's earth energy. Earth is a slow moving energy. This isn't like a fiery, quick moving energy. So like allow yourself to move slowly. Like allow the process to unfold naturally and slowly. Um the Two of Wands could talk of a plan and of a strategy. So you could be starting to plan and strategize and have that be challenging to you as well. But just um kind of tell yourself like if I knew I would be successful, like how would I feel, and sort of plan and strategize your life in that way. And start small if you want to. If thinking big and dreaming big sort of makes you feel discouraged, just like be like I can like degross my room every day for a week. And just like have my room and spray Febreze or light a candle or something like that. So, like I have this idea of you like in your little nest, just like in a little ungrounded energy, and it could be a nest with nice soft sheets, but you're still in your comfort zone, but you're like prettying it up a little bit or like organizing it a little bit. It's like I'm thinking of a nest of like with like Pisces energy. It's kind of like the wasteland of the zodiac. I'm thinking of like you being in that energy. So it's like we're like getting the garbage out. We're like sweeping a little bit, sweeping up the dust. We're wiping off the dust and we're prettying up our room, getting a new blanket and just feeling a little bit better, like in our comfort zone, that we're maybe ready to move on to the next level or getting comfortable with that. Okay. So what's the last intention? Oh, all right, get ready to screenshot if you would like to. It says, I envision my highest self and start showing up as her. Again, Virgo energy is all about your habits. It's all about your routines. It's all about the daily rituals that you create for yourself. So, what is your highest self? And if your highest self might not be like the actual highest version of yourself that you could be, but it might just be like the next rung on the ladder, which would be um like the highest version of yourself that you're only able to imagine right now just by sticking your little head out, again just getting to the edges of that comfort zone. So what is the next level of me, of this messy queen? Like what is the next level? Like maybe it's not like your fully embodied divine feminine energy, which isn't even about like, oh, I look like glossy and glamorous and I have all this money and I have like the love of my life. It's just about the way you feel about yourself and the way that you love yourself as a divine feminine. It's a spiritual thing. It's about um just that energy of like loving yourself and loving and understanding others and like believing that everyone is capable, you and everybody else that maybe you used to judge or um that you felt judged by. and just believing in the best for everybody involved here and just like living your life for you. It's so that's like the highest self, but maybe that seems like a little bit out of reach because um it's just like I feel like you're really in a very painful low energy, whoever's resonating with this reading. So just the next rung on the ladder, like what could that be? So let's grab some advice for you guys. We're going to use my homemade deck as well as these. What is the advice that the viewer needs for this new moon in Virgo? Let's grab 3. Okay, look at this. We see that you are on the brink of a breakthrough that you have been patiently waiting for. A situation is about to come full circle. The lessons have been learned. This is a win-win situation for you. Trust that we are working behind the scenes to ensure the best outcome for you. So I feel like that is giving me energy of like, remember how I was saying there was like a breakthrough that you were gonna feel like, ooh. So I feel like maybe you're gonna like do a healing, like a solar plexus chakra healing, and it's gonna make you feel something or release something. Something's gonna come full circle, something's gonna be released, something's gonna be noticed by you that's going to maybe be hard, a hard lesson to learn, but it's gonna be a win-win because it's gonna help you to start like breaking through all the mess that all these like ropes and things. This is my cat Kiki. Say hello. All these ropes and all these binding, limiting thoughts and beliefs, and just like start like unraveling it little by little. So your guides are like, this is where you're supposed to be. Count all of your blessings, even the small ones. Show gratitude and appreciation for all that has yet to wait, for all that you have in your life and all that has yet to come into it. Your best days are still ahead of you. Isn't that a wonderful thought? So it's like, I feel like, yeah, your guides are really pressuring or really pressing the point of like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Like, this is where you are meant to be all along. Like, there has been a lot learned, there has been a strength that has been cultivated. Like, you do maybe have very like heavy emotions. You might be an empath, a highly sensitive person. That's like a scientific thing. Look into like highly sensitive people and the way that their brain works. They feel emotions more vividly than other people. That's why maybe like the weight of it really does affect like highly sensitive people more than maybe say it's your mom. They're not really a highly sensitive person. They might be like an earth sign or something. Even you might be an earth sign, but like they might have like that earth sign or that air sign energy where they're critical and they're like very highly effective in like a like earthy way, like responsibility wise, but then like emotionally, like are they on your level? Like you might just be opposite in that way. I'm thinking of like the Virgo Pisces axis, where it's like earth versus water. So you might have more challenges that they don't, or more sensitivities that they don't, be able to be more in tune with people in a way that they are not. But people don't value that in our life, in this on this earthly plane, and you have to remember that. But like on a spiritual plane, yes, it is very valued. But you just have to understand that people may not understand your challenges, but you're not going to let that stop you from trying to overcome them. Okay. What else? One more. Oh, you are doing your best, and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. Release the thoughts and feelings that don't feel good. Focus all of your energy on love, happiness, and your hopes and dreams. I love it. Now let's just get my homemade advice. I feel like that's pretty self explanatory. Okay, let's just grab a couple of these. Yeah. You must focus on yourself, feel as good as you can, and make the relationship with yourself a priority. Do this, and everything else will fall into place. This is the starting point. The Hermit does talk about that as well. It's like Virgo is an energy of the self and not really of others. But then, like, that self vision or reflection, or like that introspection that you do, that feeling of who you are, that sense of self, really is going to expand out later on. There needs to be forgiveness. The key to the law of attraction is heart energy. Heal, unblock, and connect with your heart. Love is the highest frequency you can emit. That's energy coming through multiple times here. I feel like chakra work is very healing, unblocking, and connecting with our chakras is very important right now and is a very good starting point. weigh and discern everything you're told. This could be referring to like some critical people in your life. Realize that they are limited as well in a way that you are not. They're not able to see with their heart like you are. And it might just be out of concern. Try to neutralize and just be like, they don't really know any better. Make up a little mantra like, they don't know better. I don't have to take that in. I don't have to like embody that energy. Like, I'm trying to change and transform. You don't have to tell them that you're doing that. You could just kind of be quiet, move quietly. Don't talk about your hopes and dreams, because then if you get discouraged or judgments by other people, it is going to discourage you. So just try to like keep things to yourself and move quietly. When you know, you know, and when you don't know, you don't know. So to me, that's an energy of like being comfortable with where you're at. You may not have the plan yet. That's like I was saying, I feel like trying to strategize and come up with a plan, or knowing what you want to do, you might be trying to think a little bit too big right now. Not too big, but like big where you're like, well, what is like my life purpose? And you might not be there yet. You might not have a sense of that yet. But it's like, if you don't know, just accept that you don't know and be like, how can I like work on the foundations of my life at this time? Just to sort of, so when I find out, like I'm ready and I have like all these bricks and this foundation in place. Sometimes success is scarier than failure because it brings actual change to our lives. This is an idea that we have been talking about, like the comfort zone and things like that. So I feel like that's like a big theme here for you. Thought, why do we feel mad and disgusted with ourselves when we fail? Stupid for trying. We should stop. So I feel like, again, when do you feel those disgusted feelings? And again, is it something that you internalize because that's what you felt from like a parent or a caretaker, a boss? It could be anybody, or a significant other, a romantic partner, somebody like is maybe, and now it's become your inner monologue. So that's why we really have to like pay attention to our thoughts. And even if you don't write them down, try to notice that they're, and try to neutralize them. If you're just like, oh, I'm such a fucking loser, be like, oh, I'm trying my best. My best is enough. You are doing your best and that is enough. Like, just say that to yourself. I'm doing my best and that is enough. And then try to just do something to sort of like reinforce the thought, like we were talking about. Like, get in the shower, change your sheets, just do one little task. Brush your teeth, brush your hair, like just do something. Right, Kitty? My little baby girl. And then we're going to end this reading. You can recreate yourself at any time in any way. You have the power to choose that for yourself, to decide that for yourself. And again, with the Ace of Wands, that talks about making decisions and deciding things, and also the self. So you have to really try to like, you really have to like fake it till you make it, and just be like, I can recreate myself in any time in any way. That could be one of your make lists and plans. You don't always have to follow them, but it helps to have a reference point. So maybe just write them down and be like, I can change these. Write them in pencil. That's something you could do. Write in pencil. I may not know everything. This is subject to change, and that's fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope you enjoyed my content. I really want to help people. That is like my whole vibe. My whole goal here is to help people, because I've obviously been on this journey as well, where I felt shame, I felt disgust about myself. I felt like I couldn't grow, I couldn't become anything more than the loser that I've always known that I was. And obviously, it's still a work in progress. I'm not like, oh, but I'm all healed. It's never going to be that. Like, we have, like, my whole slogan on this channel is from hot mess to divine feminine, but in all actuality, it's like those two energies residing within you, basically your shadow and your light, and like they both help you. Like, your shadow self helps you become your divine feminine, because that's how you learn. Like, just even me right now, like that's how I know like what you're feeling, because I felt it too. And that's how you could, maybe it's like a chain. You'll help people one day in some way, even if it's just your own children, by talking to them and being a different energy and a different, showing up for them differently than maybe your mother or father or caretakers were capable of doing. Again, it's not about like shaming them either or judging them either. They maybe were, it's part of a ancestral pattern, a cycle that has gone on, and we can try to understand that and just try to better ourselves, not compare ourselves. That's all we can do. So please stick with me. If you do like this content, subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you guys stay here and grow and evolve with me. I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next reading, hopefully, or the next video. And have a great day or night, guys. Bye.